Hello guys, welcome back to the Domain Racer, and this video is all about how you can able to install your Vesta panel and do a WordPress installation onto your VPS based server. This video will help you to understand how you can able to install Vesta panel, how you can able to connect your domain and do a WordPress installation. So please watch video first and then perform. Let's begin with the process. Before moving further, we must have to know what actually needed to install a Vesta panel. If you scroll down, you can able to see that they have very minimum requirement, that is 512 MB of RAM, 20 GB of SSD or HDD storage and 1 CPU core. And for this demonstration, we are using a VPS called as VPS S2. It has a 2 GB RAM and 20 GB of storage. Whereas you can able to install operating system from here. To save your time, we have already installed operating system. You can able to see from here. Here you can able to see that there are three options they had given: CentOS, Debian and Ubuntu. So the most preferred option is a CentOS operating system, and make sure that use a CentOS 7 version because it is not compatible with 8th. Maybe in upcoming days they are going to launch this. Now go back. Here are the login details. This is only for the testing purpose because after completion of this video we are going to change this. Now open your PuTTY application and enter the IP address. And then click on open. After that, copy the password. Open a PuTTY. Enter a root as a username and password. Here we logged into our CentOS based operating system. Now time for installation of Vesta panel. Before that we have to update the packages. You can use this command yum-y space update. So here we had installed a fresh operating system. Because of that there is no update required. Now we will go to the installation window. Here are only two commands that we have to fire onto our console. Or if you wanted to do an advanced level of setting, you can just go to the bottom and you will find here there are a lot of options are there. So in this case I am just choosing Apache based service. Then here FTP is VS FTPD. Mail server I am choosing this one. Then same, this one default. And here Softaculous you can say yes or no. So Softaculous is going to offer you 30 days of trial, so you can use this for the 30 days. Next, here keep both the things default one, or if you want a file system quota then you can able to click here. And this is totally depend on your project requirement whether you need a PostgreSQL or not, but MySQL is important one. Just scroll down and click on generate installation command. Here we had a command. So very first we have to download the installation script. To download the installation script we have to use this command and paste here. The installation script has been downloaded. You can able to see here. This is the installation script. Now time for the installation. You can able to copy this entire script and fire onto your CentOS based operating system and click enter. The installation has been started. It will ask for the permission. Click yes. It will ask for the admin email address. So in this case I will enter an email address as admin@domainracer.com. Similarly it will ask for the host name, so I'm just keeping as a default one. Now the installation further process has been started. Okay, congratulations. Our first part of Vesta panel installation has been completed. Now we have to log in into Vesta panel. To log in into Vesta panel, the details has been already given here. Just I'm going to copy these details and paste onto your notepad. So here are the details. Now I'm going to click on this link. Click on advanced and process. Here it will ask for the username. Username is admin. and the password is given here, paste here and login. So this way we have successfully installed Vesta panel. Now the next part, how you can able to connect your domain name. For that you have to go to the domain section and click on add web domain. Enter a domain name, domainracer.review. For the demonstration we are using this domain and the IP address is this one. Please make sure that don't select a wrong IP address. This is a local IP address and this one is for this server. And here please do select DNS support. And let's see what options are given in the advanced options. Here alias SSL support, yes, we have to give the SSL support. Let's encrypt support, yes. And scroll down. Here you do not have to worry about all those things, so it will be automatically taken care by the Vesta control panel. And if you need any stat, so in this case you can able to choose this. For demonstration purpose we are using this one. And statistic authorizations needed, so if you wanted to set the username and password then you can able to use this, but it is not necessary here. And if you need a FTP, so then you can able to add here FTP details. So in this case I will add a default FTP details like admin_admin, or just I'm entering here admin_domain racer, and I will copy the same username and I will copy the same password for the demonstration purpose, and it will give you a path. So this is the path, so you can able to directly access your domain based directory. And if you need to set up an email address, so you can able to enter here a email address like example admin@domainracer.com and click on add. Congratulations, we have successfully added our domainracer.review domain onto Vesta control panel. Now the next part, connect a domain to your Vesta control panel. That needs to be done from the domain registry end. Before that, click here, and here are the things that we have to manage it. Click on edit. Here you can able to see your IP address. So in this case we are going to create our private name servers. So the private name servers are like ns1.domainracer.review, ns2.domainracer.review. So to create a private name servers, we have to go to the domain registrar. So in this case we are using a domain registrar called as domainracer. Here it is a control panel, and click on private name servers. Now here enter ns1 and get the IP address. So this is the IP address, and enter the IP address and click on save changes. You can say this setting as a private name servers or custom name servers. So in this case we have successfully registered our first name server. Now time for the second name server. Enter the same IP address because the VPS comes with only one IP address. If you want additional IP address, so in this case you can able to order from dedicatedcore.com. Okay, since we have only one IP address, I'm going to use the same IP address for the NS2 setting. Click on save changes. Now we have successfully registered our NS1 and NS2 name servers. It's time for DNS configuration. To do a DNS configuration, you have to go to the Vesta panel and click on DNS. Here we have a domain, so we have to add a record or edit a record. Now click on this option. After scrolling down, you have to check for whether they have any NS1 and NS2 entries. So in this case we have to add the entries. Click here, enter a record NS1, and it will show you ns1.domainracer.review, and enter the IP address. And if you wanted to give the priority, you can able to add this one and click on add. After that, time for NS2. Scroll down, enter here. Make sure that the type should be a record and enter here 14400. It is the time to leave, and now click on add. Now we have successfully added our two DNS entries. Now go back, scroll down, and here we have to change these two records. So in this case click here, and here enter domainracer.review and click on save. Similarly, do a change for this record. Domain racer dot review. Please do not forget to put a dot at the end of the line. Just scroll down, click on back, scroll down and check here whether we have added successfully. This is called as a name servers. NS means name servers, and here the A records. So where are the A records? Just go up. Here NS1 and NS2 are pointing with the type of A to a correct IP address. So in this case we have successfully registered name servers and configured DNS. Now time for updating a name servers. To update a name server, you just have to go to your domain registrar and click on name servers. And here you have to enter your name servers. So in this case we are using a name server ns1.domainracer.review and ns2.domainracer.review. Remove the third entry and click on save changes. So now we have completed our name server update process. So this entire part you can say a domain to a server configuration. So in this case our domain properly pointing to our server. To check this, please wait for 24 hours to update the name servers. After a few hours, let me check these things. Now go back to the DNS section. You can able to see that still here the name servers are showing wrong. So in this case you just have to go to the edit section and here update the correct name server. So in this case just enter the first name server and click on save. Now wait for some times because DNS update really need a time. Now go back. Here you can able to see that our name servers has been properly set. Now time to open the domain name. Please make sure that DNS updates we had completed just name server update and then completed our DNS configuration. It needs 24 hours. If your domain not working, please do wait while completing a domain propagation time. Now I already have skipped this part. Now I'm opening a new tab and enter a domain name. Here you can able to see that we have successfully configured our domain onto our Vesta control panel. It's now time for WordPress installation. Before that we have to know little bit about Vesta panel. You can consider this one as a third part. Okay, here we are already familiar with domains. Here you can able to see your domains. Next, this is the username of FTP. You can able to save here FTP username, password. So this information has to be saved for the future purpose because this really needs to manage your web hosting service, because this information is really needed to manage your server. Okay, here we also have been familiar with the domains. Now time for the mail. You can able to create here a mail by clicking on this button, add accounts. Here you just have to enter a name. So in this case I will use the admin as a email address. Here you can able to see that admin@domainracer.review is the username, or you can say a email address is going to be created, and then enter a password. If you want an additional setup, you can just click here and you can configure here the quota. So this will be in the MB. By default it is infinity. So in this case we are skipping this part. If you wanted to configure, you can easily configure from this option and click on add option. So that is all about mail service. About DNS, here you can able to create your DNS to manage your server, and from here you can able to create your MySQL accounts. So that might be used for WordPress installation. If you wanted to set up a cron job, you can able to do that, and for the backup you can be able to use this service. Here the best part is when you click on create backup, it will directly start the backup. Okay, it will run from the backend. Whenever the backup is going to be complete, you can able to see here the iterations. Okay, So now we had completed almost all the parts. Now time for firewall. Okay. Here the best part is Vesta control panel gives you a standard firewall configuration. So in this case you do not have to worry about configuring a firewall. If you need advanced settings or you wanted to change some or you wanted to allow some IP address or a port, you can able to click on add rules and do the further firewall customizations. About the update, the process is extremely simple. Just you have to click on the options and then you can able to perform the update. Just scroll down, you can able to see that it has been updated. If it is not, then it will give you an option to update the packages. Now scroll up. Here you can able to see your website statistic, because while installing we had already chosen this option, IP address and packages. So you can able to create your various packages here. So packages is nothing but the number of resources going to be allocated to a particular website. So in this case you can take an example of Domain Racer. In this case you can consider basic plan as a one package, personal as a one package, and here are different configurations. Similarly, Vesta control panel going to be offer you a different settings to allocate a service. We had chosen for the domain racer.review a default configuration. You can able to see here from this. Now it's time for installation of WordPress. Before that, one last setting is remaining, that is a server. If you scroll down, you can able to see that we already had a MariaDB. The best part is MariaDB is the advanced version, means like most recent version of MySQL that is preferred to secured way to manage your databases. Also, we do have a FTP server, cron job. So there are a lot of settings and all the requirements for managing your server has been already given here. So now the next part is WordPress installation. To install a WordPress, you just have to click on apps, because we have already installed a Softaculous and we are going to install WordPress onto our domain name as domainracer.review. Here if you click on admin panel option, you can able to see that we are using a license type as a free one. So in this case I will recommend you to go to the URL softaculous.com/trial and here enter the IP address and click on issue license. Here you can able to see that the license has been issued for the given IP address. So this step has to be performed very carefully. Please make sure that this step has to be performed, because if you will not issue a trial license, that time they will not give you a 1 month of premium license. Okay, so there is a lot of difference between free and premium. Premium will give you an option to install a WordPress. Okay, without premium version you cannot able to install a WordPress. So they will give you only 1 month free premium version for your server. So in this case, just go to your admin panel and click on refresh license. Here you can able to see it is converted into a premium one. So to get the license for 1 month, you can able to use this URL. Please make sure that for one server they will give you for only 1 month a premium license. Just go back. Now our Softaculous has been activated successfully. You can able to see that 450 out of 450 script has been enabled. Now I am closing this tab and click on install option. And here you can able to choose WordPress version. So this is the latest version, and while doing the installation, please make sure that this is the most important factors, because here if you do a single mistake, your website will become a messy. Here while choosing a domain name, please do choose a domain very carefully. Here we are using a domain called as domainracer.review, and the directory you have to keep as a blank, because if you will not do that, so that time it will looks like this one. Means it will open your website like domain name /wp directory. But here we wanted to install WordPress on our directly domainracer.review website. Okay, just scroll down. I'm keeping the default settings here, and here the password. Scroll down. Please make sure that you always has to select this option because this will helps you to prevent brute force attack onto your WordPress. Scroll down. If you wanted to do advanced configuration, you can able to do this advanced configuration from here, and go to the bottom. If you want any theme, you can able to choose from these options. There are a lot of options will be there, but in this case we are keeping a default one, so it is not necessary to choose, and click on install. The installation process has been started. Congratulations, our installation of WordPress has been successfully completed. Let me see live. Just refresh this page, and here it is your WordPress installation. Congratulations, we had almost completed everything with the help of Vesta control panel. Now time to check whether we can able to log in into our WordPress. Enter a username and password, click on login, and here we had successfully logged into our WordPress. Now the last setting, SSL installation. Okay, go back to the Vesta control panel, click on domain. Have you remember while adding a domain racer.review, we have chosen option SSL support to a Let's Encrypt. So now it's time to check whether the SSL installation has been completed or not. For that, you just have to open this website sslshopper.com/ssl-checker.html, or you can able to go to the random website by doing a Google. Now enter our domain name to see whether our SSL has been installed or not. If it is not installed, then you have to wait for some time, because as per the Vesta, it will automatically reissue the license. Okay, that is the best part about Vesta control panel. Now scroll down, and you can able to see that our SSL is already installed very successfully, and the last point is remaining here. We had already logged into our WordPress. Just go to the settings section and click on general setting, and here change the URL to HTTPS. Please make sure that while doing the changes, be careful, because here if you do a single mistake, your entire WordPress website will crash. So here I will use a www and www with HTTPS, and please make sure that reconfirm 2, 3 or 4 times, because a single mistake will crash your website. So in this case I had confirmed that this information is correct one. Just going to the bottom and click on save changes. Now it will log down, and we have to re-log in. But here you can able to see that we are able to see that a log sign, that is mean that connection is secure, means we had successfully configured our SSL certificate. Finally we had completed our entire video. So please do subscribe and comment below your queries, so we can able to come up with the new videos and will help you to grow together.
Press the bell icon on YouTube app and never miss another update.